Okay, we've been working with FFmpeg, and today we're going to be looking at editing the audio somewhat, or at least replacing the audio in a video file. In my folder here, I've got two files. One is an MPEG video, and the other one is a WAV audio file. Let's quickly play this MPEG file. It's a video I took while in Colorado. I was in the backseat of a car, and I tried to film the mountains outside the window. And there's a lot of background noise. Hopefully, you'll hear it in the microphone here. Not the best video in the world, kind of jerky, and you can hear people kind of talking in the background, and you get the humming of the car. Once again, hopefully the microphone here is picking some of that up, so you know what I'm talking about. So let's say we just want to remove the audio from that video. We can easily do that with FFmpeg -I for our input video, and then put our input video there. And then we just do -AN for audio none, so no audio. That will remove the audio from the video. Now at this point we can go straight to just recompressing it as an MPEG or other format, but since it's already in an MPEG format, as we've done in previous tutorials, we can save it as an MPEG without losing any quality. We just have to say -V codec copy, and that will copy the video file without recompressing it. This will make it the conversion faster because there really is no conversion. And now we just have to say our output file, which we'll call output.mpeg. Hit enter, and you see how quick that was. We'll mplay output, and as you see, it's the same video but with no audio, so you don't have all that background noise. Now we can also replace the audio instead of removing it, and in this case we've got a file called Drill Wave here, which is a song I wrote. We can go FFmpeg -I for input and put the name of that file, and then we can go -I and the name of our video. So we have two input files, our audio and our video, and then at this point, so we don't lose any quality, we can go V codec copy, and we can say output to.mpeg, and we'll hit enter there. Very quickly you'll see it already hit frames, and I'm not going up anymore because that's the total frames for the video, but it is converting the WAV file to an MPEG compression, because you can't just put a WAV file like that into an MPEG video. It won't work. So we'll say mplayer, and we'll play output to, and we got the video. It removed the original audio and added the music, but the quality is kind of low because it's using that default MPEG compression that the FFmpeg uses. So all we have to do here is tell it how we want it to compress the audio. So we can go A codec, and once again we can't just copy the audio because it's in WAV format and we're going to MPEG format. It will do it, and then you'll play the file and you won't have any audio. But we'll say A codec, and we'll say to use libraries, so lib mp3 lane, and we will hit enter here. I typed something wrong, mp3 lane, and yes, we'll overwrite that file for now. Once again, it's didn't recompress the video, but it's recompressing the audio now. And it will take a little time because it's actually recompressing the whole WAV file, which is like 3 minutes long, as opposed to the video, which is just a few seconds long. And we'll get into this in a moment, but basically, we may not necessarily want to do it this way. It's a quick way of doing it, but it will make the file a little bit larger than need be. So let's go mplayer output to Now you guys probably can't tell through the microphone here, but the audio was much better there than it was without putting in the audio codec switch there. Let's list some files here, and you'll see our original file was 10 megabytes. Our original output was a little over 9 megabytes because it had a more compressed audio, and then the output 2 is 11 megabytes. And once again, the reason it's a whole megabyte larger is because it's recompressing that full 3-minute song. Now, if you watch my previous tutorials, we did a tutorial on splitting video files. You can do the same thing with audio files. Now, we just played this file. You can see it's a little over 9 seconds long. So we'll just trim the drill wave file down to 10 seconds. So we'll go FFMPEG dash input, and we'll go drill wave, and we'll say that we want to dash T for time, and we're going to set the length 0 hours, 0 minutes, and 10 seconds. And we'll say the output, we can go drill.mp3. Shouldn't take very long, and now we can press play on that file, and it plays the file. It is now an MPEG file. It's pretty good compression, and it's only 10 seconds long. So now we can go, I believe, FFmpeg drill.mp3, and we can do our input file with the video. We can go video codec copy, and I believe I can go audio codec copy as well, since the audio is now in an MP3 format. We'll see in a second if I'm right or wrong. And we'll say output 3.mpeg here. We'll hit enter. Very quick. There was no recompression of either the audio or video in this case. And we'll play output 3, and hopefully we'll have the music there. So there we go. So if you're going to an MPEG format, is going to be your output, and you have a WAV file as your audio, you're either going to want to use that lib switch right here. So audio codec lib mp3 lame. But if you have an MP3 file already, you don't need to recompress it, which is good, so you won't lose any quality if you're going from an MPEG file that's already compressed, in which case you can use the audio codec of copy. And that's when you're working with MPEG files. So let's also have a look at our file sizes now. Our original file, video file, was 10 megabytes, and our MPEG 2 file, which was the higher quality audio output, was 11 megabytes. The output 1, which was the low quality audio, was 9.4. But as you see with the final output that we just did, which was output 3, it's just slightly bigger than the low quality one, but it's much better quality. And why is that? Because this output compressed the audio a whole lot, but left the 3 minutes of the original song in the file, even though it only plays the first 10 seconds. This one's a much higher quality compression, but we trimmed it down to 10 seconds instead of 3 minutes as far as the audio goes. So you can see the WAV file, which is 34 megabytes, compared to the MP3 file, which is only 10 seconds long and 80 kilobytes. So these are different options, and I hope I'm not throwing too much at you at once. But if you mainly remember this, if you want to put a WAV file onto an MPEG file, we do FFmpeg, input for WAV, input for your video, codec copy for the video, vcodec copy, and the audio codec you're going to want to use lib mp3 lame, and then your output file. If your audio file is already compressed as an MP3, you're going to want to do basically the same thing, but for audio codec, you're going to do copy. And that will still put the full song, like I said. We can also try this. We'll do, and I haven't tried this yet, so this is another thing that may not work, but we'll go FFmpeg-I, and we'll use the original WAV file, the MPEG file. We're going to copy the video codec, recompress the audio, and we can do -T for time, 0 hours, 0 minutes, and we'll do 10 seconds. And I think, let's hit no there and create a new output. We'll call it output 5. I'm not sure what output we're at yet. So we'll go MPlayer will play the output 5 file. So we got our MPEG file. It's 10 seconds long. Good quality audio. And if we list all our files, you can see, yes, it's the same size as the MP output 3. So if you're going from a WAV file, you don't have to convert it to an MPEG first, and you don't have to trim it first, but you do want to put that trim option in, that time option in, so that you don't have, basically just to keep the file size down. It doesn't lose any quality, it's just cutting the music off where the video cuts off as well. So once again, I hope I didn't give too much into this video. If you watch my previous videos and you understand them, it probably wasn't too much, but if you're just jumping into this tutorial, it may be over your head. You may want to look back at the other tutorials in this playlist. But we'll look at the final output here one more time. We're going FFmpeg, our input WAV file, our input video file. Our video codec is copied so we don't lose any quality. We're recompressing our audio codec into an MP3 format for the video, and we're trimming it all to 10 seconds. And we can do less if we want. We can make the video 5 seconds, but since the original video was like 9.5 seconds, we trim it there, and that cuts the audio down, keeping the file size down. Hope you're enjoying these tutorials on FFmpeg. It's really simple once you understand it. I mean, it's all very straightforward. I know that there's some complicated FFmpeg one-liners out there that can even confuse me, but going over these basic things, as you can see, it's pretty simple once you understand what all the little switches stand for. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Visit filmsbychris.com for more video tutorials. Also check out our forum, filmsbychris.com/forum, and chat with us on Freenode, IRC, and the channel is Films by Chris. Have a great day.